This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the finals of Regional Championship Antwerp. I'm super excited.
I am super excited. I'm so glad that Simon was able to cover that semifinals.
Oh, yeah.
That mostly because that meant that I wasn't there, you know? So that was a good sacrifice. And now we get to see an amazing final between the two best decks of the format.
Yeah, one still undefeated. And yeah, that's true. That's true. We have
only two decks that were present in the top 8 with more than one copies. We had two Amulet Titan and Guglielmo Lupi from Italy, the MOX champion, on a tear right now against
Daniel Toledo on Boros Energy. But before we show you guys the bracket and head over to the feature match area, we actually have another announcement, because the Spotlight Avatar event in Lyon is looking so super cool. As you just heard, you can already play the qualifier for the limited championship, but there's going to be another cool event.
Yeah, so France is very famous for Dual Commander.
Hey.
It's their format. They invented it. They keep on having 1,000 people event, you know, in Toulouse just a few weeks ago. And in Lyon, there will be another very good Dual Commander tournament. It's going to be Saturday, 10th of January. It's going to be capped at 226 players, so make sure to get that invite right now on my.infinity.gg. On Friday, you have the trials to get a buy on day 1, and then the day 2 will be the top 8. Tons of prizes over there, so definitely something to not miss. Again, the Dual Commander community of France strongly wants their format to thrive, and Fanfinity and Ultimate Guard are helping them too.
Good stuff. Let's take a look at the bracket one final time to see what we had in the top 8 all the way here. We had both Guglielmo and Robin were actually two undefeated players. So Guglielmo is still undefeated, 14, 15, 16. This is the 17th round of play. He still hasn't lost all weekend. He's going to be up against Daniel Toledo. This is the bracket. Any surprises for you? This is kind of what you expected, you know, a lot of diversity.
Yeah, a lot of diversity, and again, super difficult match. Like we've seen the way that Pierre Lebsch was able to win round 1 against, in the quarterfinal against Izzet Affinity. Super difficult match. We've seen how Guglielmo was able to win against Jiskai. Super hard match. Modern really rewards player skill, players knowing their deck in and out, knowing when to cast that Scape Shift, knowing when to cast that, you know, Wear Tear, and so on. Okay.
Looks like the players are ready, so we're jumping straight into the action. Quick prediction, who do you have?
I'm going to root for the Italian.
Amulet or Boros? So it's Amulet? Okay.
Yes, I'm going to root for my countryman. We have a nice Italy versus Spain over there. So yes, once again, Daniel Toledo, Boros Energy, 2 mana tight, main deck. Definitely keep that card in mind.
2 mana tight and 1 Blood Moon. That's going to be, yeah, those are cards that Daniel is certainly looking to draw in his opening hand.
All right, it seems like the players have started. Let's head down and see what they're doing. This is now completely live. We don't have any pre-record. Once again, this is Guglielmo Lupi, this is Amulet Titan. This is the most feared deck in the format. This is the deck that either you play or you hate.
I was just talking to Frank, by the way, before the finals started, and Frank was like, my brain is completely fried, and I was just watching the match. So imagine how it must feel sitting there, you know, thinking through all these lines. But looks like the finals is actually underway here. And
yes. So Guglielmo was on the play, and Daniel answered with a Ragavan, and then an Ajani, and maybe using that treasure from Ragavan to remove Eldrazi's spawn that was created with Malevolent Rumble. But this is already turn 3, and Amulet of Vigor is able to already be into play.
Yeah, let's take a look at Guglielmo's hand.
Okay, we see Malevolent Rumble once again, so no floating mana at the moment. Daniel is completely tapped out. And we see it's the second time that Guglielmo draws a lot of Spelunking in a row. Yeah. Before it was 3 in a row, and now once again 3 in a row. The Spelunking comes in pack.
He doesn't have a lot of action. He has 4 lands and an Analyst in hand.
Yes, that is sometimes the problem with that deck. You know, sometimes you draw just a part of it, but yeah. By the way, the room is the hall is completely empty. The semifinals lasted for so long, and now if you go in the main event in the area, there's only, you know, Italians and Spanish in that room, just, you know, rooting for their countrymen. I love to see that. Gruul Turf returns Boseiju. This is an important moment because Guillermo is thinking, should I play this analyst to block a creature, or should I hold it for when I have 6 mana and I can do the thing? Because, of course, if he plays analyst, that dies to Flage. That dies to another Galvanic Discharge. But if he doesn't play the analyst, then he doesn't have too much going on, and he might just, get attacked by those Ragavanejani and Cat token.
Yeah, I think Daniel's pretty happy with his opener, and especially the fact that Guillermo did not have an Arboreal Grazer, which is one of his key cards in the matchup. That's how he, buys himself some extra time, doesn't allow that Ragavan to go too crazy.
Okay, we see Guillermo tapping out, playing that Spelunking, drawing a card, Summoner's Pact.
Summoner's Pact, okay, that's exactly what he wanted.
Very, very important, but we are definitely far away from it. Only 3 lands. I guess that's not too far away. Lotus Field can cast the Titan next turn.
So back to Daniel. He does have a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but first we're going to go for a quick attack.
Yeah, Daniel has 1 copy of Blood Moon and 2 copies of Manatite. Definitely cards that you want to be thinking about. Ooh, quickly fetching.
Quickly fetching,
Is this a Blood Moon?
I think it was a Fable. Let's see what he has.
Beautiful.
Second Plains. Okay, well, fetching a Second Plains here.
What set is that?
What does
Plains?
that tell you? I think it's Odyssey.
Odyssey, right? Yeah, I was
It's 7th edition or Odyssey, one of the two.
Let's see.
It might actually be Blood Moon. Wow, it actually is the one copy of Blood Moon in his main deck. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Daniel made it sure to hide it in the worst possible angle of the camera. But yes, that is a signed 8th edition Blood Moon up there, 9th edition Blood Moon up there. And now Guillermo can't play anything.
That's insane. If you're going to draw your one-off copy, it might as well be in the finals.
That Lotus becomes to play untapped. You don't have to sacrifice anything, but it doesn't add mana. It does add red only.
Does he have a second Boseiju?
It doesn't matter because he doesn't have forest.
Just doesn't have any green
sources. So he needs to go forest and then Boseiju. This game must be over.
Attack for 5, reveals Escape Shift.
Wow, the one-off Blood Moon.
That's crazy.
And also paired in a draw where Guillermo wasn't very fast, because sometimes Blood Moon on the draw is too slow. Turn 3, Titan can kill you.
Yep.
But Guillermo's draw wasn't as fast with just a couple of Malevolent Rumble, which yes, are good at finding things, but they're not good at speed. Some other players may opt for a build with like Explore, maybe to be a bit faster. But not saying, of course, that Explore would have won the game. Just the differences that we've seen in this top 8.
So Fable is the follow-up. I think there was something was played off to the side a little bit.
It's a bombardment. We hope to move the zoom a little bit. I think I would love to be able to see the screen a bit more. But yes, Guillermo pucks it up.
Doesn't matter what it is, because Daniel's hand was so strong that this game is over 3 minutes into the match.
All right. This is a game 1 went to the Spanish player, Daniel Toledo, and now we have the sideboard.
Yeah, let's take a look at the sideboard. So here, real quick, if there's anything the players might be thinking of bringing in, I think in Daniel's case, that 1 copy of Blood Moon is definitely coming in. Outside of that, he might be thinking about Damping Sphere possibly. What else does he have here? Surgical Extraction is coming in to possibly stop some of the Aftermath Analyst loops. What about Orium's Chant? Would you bring in Orium's Chant just to kind of buy yourself a turn of your opponent not comboing off?
Yeah, that's the problem with Orium's Chant, right? We've said it in the blue-white control matchup. Here, it is different because you put creatures into play, and then Orium's Chant actually is, as you said, Time Walk. But the problem is that sometimes you want to deploy
action cards.
Something else. What are you cutting for Orium's Chant? Are you cutting Galvanic Discharge? Well, then you may not have an answer to the Gargaroth or the 6.
Or Grazer turn 1 against.
So, yes, maybe Orium's Chant in the right spot is one of the best cards. But I don't know. I don't know if I would bring that in.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to evaluate cards, is don't just look at the best case scenario. Yeah, if you're ahead and you already built a big board, then, in that 1 critical turn when your opponent would have been able to combo off, you had an Orium's Chant. No, also look at the scenarios where, it would have been nice to start with a creature instead of having an Orium's Chant in my hand, or it would have been nice to have a removal spell instead I have this card that doesn't do anything. So, yeah, I mean, it's very situational. Could be good, could be not so great, so we'll see if he decides to bring it in.
Yeah, so game 1 was won by that one-of Blood Moon. Daniel has a second copy of Blood Moon in the sideboard. As well as actually a lot of cards that are decent. You have Reprieve, you have Wrath of the Skies, you have Wear Tear. I would say the Wear Tear and Blood Moon are the best. And I would definitely strongly consider Wrath of the Skies, but eventually I don't think I would bring that in.
Okay. Is that a play or draw thing, maybe?
Maybe it is, but like, just the risk of your opponent doesn't draw the Saga, and then what do you do with Wrath of the Skies? Either one drop to kill a Amulet of Vigor doesn't seem so good to me.
Yeah, the reactive cards, the slow reactive cards, it's not really what you want to have, right? You kind of just want to put out a lot of pressure. And basically the start that Daniel had this game, that was pretty much the exact kind of game he wants to play.
Yeah, usually throughout the whole weekend, we were able to skip the cyber process and go straight to the next game. The production has been amazing in pre-recording games so that we would be showing you 100% action. But right now, we are live. This is as live as it gets. So the full 3 minutes of sideboarding, the full shuffling, the full emotions that you see on screen are all live, just happening right behind us.
I want to see the heart rates, yeah. Although I think at this point both players are probably pretty calm because they both already have the World's invite. In Guillermo's case, he already actually had the invite before the tournament even started.
Yeah, the only player out of 1,166 player with already a World's invite is actually the one that's getting a second one. Of course, you can't clone yourself. You only get one World's invite. You could defer to the next year, maybe. No, that doesn't happen. But it's funny because this is like the season just started, like 1 month into the new season, and he already got 2 Worlds invites.
That's crazy, yeah. For a tournament that's going to be 14 months from now or something.
Yeah, but like also such an exclusive tournament, so definitely showing the capability of Guillermo, an upcoming player who just last year invented the standard deck Omniscience with Abuelo's Awakening. They led to the bannings of Abuelo's Awakening, and now followed it up with an insane performance in Modern, coming up with the Brew Scale deck that got him the Mox win with 4 Vexing Bubble in the main deck, and now up to the final, showing the full range of a world-class player that, Guillermo has become.
I'm looking forward to the new standard. After, the recent bans, there is going to be Worlds is in, what, 2 or 3 weeks? 3 weeks from now, and then we're going to have the Spotlight Avatar event in Lyon. So there's going to be a lot of standard action coming up.
Yes, indeed. And we see the trophy there. We see the promo winner card there. The players are, of course, shuffling each other's deck. That's what you do at the highest level of competition. Daniel is calm. Daniel has been here before. Well, as he said in the interview, he actually hasn't been in the final. He's been in the top 4, so he lost playing for the World's Invite last year. And this time was able to close it up and finally get that final place. Let's see if he's even going home back in Madrid with that blue teardrop trophy.
So both players are going to draw an opener of 7 cards. Let's hope for no mulligans.
Yeah, the mulligan is actually, I think both of these decks mulligans very well.
Yeah.
I think both of these decks are very capable of having a turn 3 kill throughout multiple mulligans.
Especially when you know the matchup, you know what you should mulligan into, if it's going to be a fast game, if both players are racing. Is that a keep?
Yeah, the players are debating. We see that they're ready. And Guillermo, of course, debating how to start. You have tap plans, you have Amulet of Vigor, you have Arbora Grazer, lots of options in that deck.
There we go, and turn 1 Amulet. So perfect start for Guillermo.
Let's see which one of the many one-drop Daniel has. Is it the Guide of Souls? Is it a Ragavan? Is it an Oscil of Pride? Actually, when I was playing Boros, I was siding out Oscil of Pride against Amulet Titan. There was a combination of the Amulet deck having Fire Spout and Oscil of Pride being a little bit too slow.
Turn 1 Ragavan, so once again, perfect start for Daniel here.
I see a card in hand that I didn't see during sideboarding, Dumping Sphere. We've seen that card doing wonders against Storm,
yep.
And it also is able to shut off Lotus Field and Simic Growth Chambers.
Okay. Perfect answer for the Ragavan here. Arboreal Grazer is going to provide a 0/3 body, perfect enough to...
Oh my god. Imagine if Guillermo chooses to put into play that land, sacrificing 2 other lands, and receives Dumping Sphere. He doesn't. He does not. Okay, also Pride is in hand, so Daniel did not side that out. So he must have taken out something like Galvanic Discharge, which would be very good here.
There's the damping sphere.
Damping sphere is so brutal because that Lotus Field would have been able to provide 3 mana.
How big of a problem is that for Loopy?
It's huge. Loopy
huge.
passes the turn.
Wow. This might be a very quick finals.
Daniel draws a 3-drop, super important. He also has a Flage, so he can kill that Grazer. Flage is another card that's a little bit underwhelming in this matchup, but I think it's perfect here because we discard it with the Season Pyro and we put it exactly where we want it to be, in the graveyard, so that later on we'll be able to escape it alongside this Arena of Glory.
Okay, Daniel pondering his option, decides to attack with the Ragavan first. There's the block, and if he chose not to play Flage, it probably means that he's going to play the Seasoned Pyromancer here, just like you said.
Yeah, Guillermo hand is super clunky. He has a lot of expensive cards, no lands, not even a Boseiju, which would be super important to kill the Damping Sphere to then go off. But still, Daniel, the pressure of Daniel is huge, and that's how you want to combine these hate pieces. We've seen Affinity against Storm playing Damping Sphere, but not following up with threats.
You need the
That's
pressure.
not what Daniel is doing.
Yeah.
He's attacking. So these cards, that Oscilla Pride and that Flage, 2 spells that are underwhelming in this matchup, and then thankfully that Season Pyromancer makes sure that that keeps fueling. Doesn't even look at those 2 cards. All right, wow, Wear Tear.
Wow.
Very important, another piece. Fire Spout is drawn though. Fire Spout is a very good card for Guillermo, although he doesn't have red mana.
He doesn't have red mana, and it would actually kind of enable the Flage to be escaped.
That's almost, I guess,
Yeah.
with a fetch land.
He also has a Surgical Extraction in hand, actually, so there is there is the option to put another card into the graveyard for free.
Yeah, so the best draw for Guillermo right now is Crumbling Vestige, I believe. That would give the red mana untapped to play the Fire Spout and then clean the board. Okay, so 4 damage are coming across. Guillermo left total is still very high because that Grazer has done a great job. And I think...
What's the follow-up?
This is a Wear Tear on... sorry, a Tear. Or a Wear, I never remember.
It's the Wear. It's Wear on the Amulet.
It's the shatter effect on the Amulet of Vigor. And actually, if Daniel wants to, can also cast that Surgical, but I wouldn't do that. Okay.
What do you think he's you know, if you're not going to do that, what are you saving the Surgical for?
Well, Surgical is for the loop, but we're so far away from that I just... Also, Amulet of Vigor now would be an awful draw. So I don't want to remove Amulet, like, just draw it.
But the loop doesn't really work if there is no Amulet, right?
Yeah, but like, sure. Yeah, I guess. And it's also very important because that's Surgical now. If Daniel bins whatever card is on top and casts Surgical, he has guaranteed 5 spells for that Flage.
Yeah.
So Manatite goes to the graveyard. At least, you know, we got to show that beautiful Future Sight foil Manatite.
I mean, keeping Manatite here would be pretty appealing.
Draw step. This is it. I think this is it.
Wow, yeah. So this is going to target the Amulet. The question is, does he even take them out of the deck now?
It does. I'm looking at the hand. It doesn't matter. Guillermo cannot cast any spell. The opponent has exactly 6 cards in the graveyard, one of them being Flage. There's an Arena of Glory in play. That means that Flage is going to be able to just clean the board,
Shoot the Grazer.
kill the Grazer, and attack for exactly...
Is it 6, 10,
9,
plus 12?
9 plus 6, 15. All right.
15? Oh my God.
All right. Doesn't win the game, I guess. It puts him to 1. But
it also puts him in kind of an impossible situation,
impossible situation to come back. I mean, they're just looking at the things, but cards are face up. Guillermo was completely shut off this whole match. Game 1 by Blood Moon, Game 2 by Damping Sphere. We've seen...
Has he played a spell outside the Grazer and the Amulet?
We've seen him in the Titan doing broken things all weekend, and then he reaches the final, and the deck just crumbles. So only 1 Spanish player in the top 8, but looks like he's keeping up the name of the Spanish community as being, you know, the best players, best modern players in the world. We see that, you know, write it down. Daniel doesn't let get by doesn't. You know, the emotions are not taking him.
Yeah, you know, might as well write it down. Daniel also took a quick look at Lupus' sideboard configuration.
Yes, and it gives us time to talk about this game, which now continues as Daniel draws for turn.
Is there a way to deal extra point of damage? That's my question. Is there a way to make this lethal? So Arena of Glory gets exerted. Maybe if he draws another card, he can haste. So Flage comes into play. That shoots the Grazer.
And now we are attacking.
6,
It's,
12, that's
again,
15.
It's not lethal, but
15,
I
you're
can't
down
see,
to 1.
I can't see a way where this.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait a second. We've been talking this whole time about this interaction, but actually the damping sphere stops the flage from being exerted. That's funny. All right, well, this is something that happens. Okay, so we are gonna not exert this flage, but just put into play normally and win the game next turn.
But I wonder what happens now. Like, have you activated the arena and it produces 1?
So I think you need the cost of a spell.
Or is it ruling by intent because your intention was to bring back flage?
Well,
that's a question for the judges.
yeah, exactly. So maybe we let the judges do their job. As this is kind of a, I don't know, just yeah. I mean, this is a card game, and we have to follow all of the rules. Even though, of course, Daniel would most likely win the game regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
He just cast a flage, kills a grazer, attacks for 6. The next turn just attacks for over 10 damage, and the game would end anyway. But look at that, the players are waiting for the decision. Maybe Daniel has done this mistake many times in the tournament, and the accumulation of warning.
Let's think of the 2 outcomes, right? So one outcome is, okay, we're going to rule by intent. The intention was to bring back flage. The only way to do it is if you tap Arena of Glory for red mana. That's one way to do it. But if you are actually forced to exert the arena, you're going to be floating colorless mana, and then you can't bring back the flage at all. So that's going to make the attack so much smaller, right? Because now you have a blocker for Haragavan. There is 2 more 2/2. There's 1 more 2/2 and 2/1 token. So instead of going to 1, you're going to be going to 13 or something. Yeah. And if you draw the red sword, you can play Fire Spell. This could be a completely different game.
No, I think even if they don't let him go back and just exert those 2 mana, Daniel can still play land from hand, which would be the 3rd untap land.
But he has a colorless mana.
No, those mana are gone. And then you attack with the Ragavan, you get a treasure, and that would still be enough to escape the flage.
Bring back to flage at least, to set up for a lethal attack.
But again, this was, yeah, I mean, it's not intentional at all. There's,
right.
You know.
But I mean, at the same time, you have to pay attention to your own cards, right?
100%. And this is something that even me as a streamer, this happens. I mean, we've been talking about this play for 2 minutes and we didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't see it either.
Like,
yeah,
this is something that happens all the time if you're a card game player and not a card viewer. You just mistakes on this mistake happen. And again, this is what the judges are. You know, that's why they're just judges all the time, which were there ready to stop the mistake, because Damping Sphere, it affects both players, both in casting spells and in activating Arena of Glory. So, you know, that's really something that, you know, maybe this play here at this final of the regional championship will be helpful for people at home to not make this mistake in the future. Yeah,
we'll see what the decision is. I'm honestly curious myself. I have no idea what the ruling is going to be, but
okay.
Well, what do you think it is going to happen?
I think I'll just go back.
Rewind? Yeah,
rewind. Just because you intended to play the cost of a spell, but you didn't have mana to cast it. It's like if you play, like, I don't know, a black card and you don't have black mana. I think it's similar thing.
But you have an ability you can activate, and that is perfectly legal. It is a legal play to do it. It just doesn't work the way you thought it would work.
Yes, like in Magic, in order to play a spell, the way it works, Magic is just you click on Magical Lineup, for example, you click on a card and then you spend the mana. So what it did is it clicked on Flage and then it went to spend mana, but it actually didn't have the mana. So, you know, Magical Line would just untap your lands and Flage would just go back to the graveyard. So, but of course, Paper Magic is different. All right, it looks like we have a ruling. Flage was coming to play without haste. And again, even if Flage didn't have haste, he would have still had 4 mana post.
Yeah, to bring it in.
Even if to activate the Flage. All right, and and yeah, we're passing the turn.
Yeah, so this shot the Grazer. The attack was for 6. That brings Lupi to 10, and he has 1 draw to get out of this. I don't think Malevolent Rumble's going to do it because the Flage can shoot the token again.
Oh, wow. Bashuka Bog would have actually been very, very good here last turn, but it is too late now.
Wow, congratulations to Daniel Toledo for winning this regional championship in Antwerp. And look at his friends.
Just hyped up. This whole judge call just hyped up the win. because,
great.
or maybe I'm down, I don't know. Anyway, we're definitely hyped to finally crown our winner, Daniel Toledo from Madrid, with the deck that had, you know, one of the best performance from day 1 to day 2.
Yeah.
We don't have the stats for day 2, but I'm sure that Boris did amazingly. There's 2 in the top 8, and I've seen countless of them, you know, in the top 16. Daniel Toledo, a player who clinched the top 4 of the RC just a few months ago, and is now able to convert that to a win. Modern keeps on rewarding these players for just, you know, playing the format over and over.
Does this mean Boris is back?
Boris is back, but Boris never left.
I mean, it had a pretty poor showing at the Pro Tour, right?
Yeah, but Pro Tour players don't know how to play Modern. You know, only Modern players. Yeah, I wasn't playing the Pro Tour. You know. No, the jokes aside, of course. This was fantastic to watch. It was fantastic to watch the run of Pierre Leibisch with his Storm deck. It was fantastic to watch Canister dominate day 1 with his Amulet deck, and then we've watched countless of archetype. We've seen prowess, we've seen affinity, we've seen necrodominance, we've seen a living end with cascade. So yeah, definitely if you love Modern, just go back to watch like all the VODs of this weekend.
Any takeaways you have from the weekend? Let's say you're a Modern player, maybe you're thinking of playing a Modern tournament in the upcoming, you know, weeks or months. Is there something you learned here at this event that could help you maybe tune your deck for the upcoming tournaments?
Yeah, what I've learned is that I'm gonna get myself a playset of Badger Molcub and play Yawgmoth again, because that deck is sweet. Alexi Poulo was 10-1 at some point, couldn't convert to a top 8, but finished, I believe, in the top 20 with that deck. And you know, that deck is a very new one. Avatar just came out, so if you have an RC in the upcoming week, definitely test that deck, because Yawgmoth is back.
Yeah, we're going to slowly wrap things up before we head over to the winners interview. So this was a tournament with over 1,100 players. The top 36 players picked up an invite for Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed, which is going to be happening next year in Richmond. The top 4 players picked up an invite for the next 3 RCs, and the first 2 players, they both qualified for Worlds. But there's also one more thing that we forgot to do.
Wait a second.
Wait a
Don't
second.
leave yet.
Don't go anywhere. We have been getting a lot of questions about this
Flage playmat.
super cool Flage playmat.
Actually, if you play this playmat, you win the RC.
You win the
because
RC.
you play Flage, the card that won the RC.
So
don't use Arena of Glory and Dumping.
That's not it. That's not it. We also have a really cool Flage deck box that you can win, and the deck box includes
a copy of Flage.
Since you're playing Flages, it also includes these super cool tokens from Shivan Art.
Okay.
The cat tokens that were made specifically for this event. They're actually numbered. This one token, the number is 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 1,300. So the most special token of them all, pretty much. And we're gonna do a giveaway for this whole package. So if you head over to the Fanfinity Twitch channel.
This is such a nice deck box.
Twitch.tv/Fanfinity. Head over there and write #UltimateGuard in the chat right now. We're gonna pick one of you is gonna end up winning this whole box.
Okay.
So while you're all typing that, we're also gonna send this to the end of the show, basically. I'm not sure who's doing the interview. Mario's probably doing the winner's interview, and they're gonna be closing the show. But before we sign off, thanks for, being my co-host.
Yeah,
it was a great event.
It was such a good event. I really hope, WotC does more modern big events, because this was fantastic to watch. I'm sure the players had a blast playing, the players had a blast watching. But the next one will be standard in Lyon, and you will be there. Just make sure to follow Ultimate Guard Live, Funfinity, whatever it is, so you don't miss whenever that happens in January.
Thanks to all the players that joined us. Thanks to all the players that played the side events. Thanks to all of you guys watching. Thanks to Twitch chat, as always. Thanks to Ultimate Guard. Thanks to Beckett. Thanks to Fanfinity. I believe
you thanked everyone.
I believe that's it. So this is
Thanks to Richard Garfield, without who we wouldn't be here today.
This is us signing off. Thanks for watching. We're gonna be seeing you guys in Lyon on January 9th.
Yes. Bye bye.
Give a round of applause to your new regional champion, Daniel Toledo. Hello, congratulations. What were you thinking going into this match?
Yeah, I think they feel well because the job is done with the qualification for the World. So I have fun in this match, and I'm happy to take the trophy finally.
Of course, of course. What does it mean to you? So now you get your World invite and your trophy, of course.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I can't believe it. It's yeah.
Okay, now's your chance to give shout-outs to your friends, to your family, whatever you want.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends here with me, and I want to dedicate it to my wife, Palmira, and Javier Dominguez Talay, that is my near friend and my neighbor. So, so
How useful.
for Javier and Palmira. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give another round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Huge congratulations. All right, and of course, huge thanks to our sponsors, Ultimate Guard and Beckett, and thank you to all of you watching us from home. We hope to see you in Lyon at the Magic Spotlight, the Avatar. So at the beginning of January, actually, from 9th to 11th. Thank you so much. It was very exciting. Here's your new champion, and we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Photos, changes, no, you know more. Don't know where'd you go, left me in the dark. But I know. Just got to play, working hard. Just like to play, working hard. It's a story about Maureen, she was always on the piss with the older looking kids in the disco getting kissed. She was always in the hallways, all the toilets getting sick, chatting rubbish with her clique from the underlings they live. One day Maureen met with Marty at a party in the sticks at some stately home in Wick with some friends of friends who's rich. And when Marty met with Maureen, it was all he'd ever wished. Pretty face and bubbly tits, which was all he'd ever wished. Cave in, earthquake, locked exit. Been a long way, tatted cannot erase. What you thought was never okay, still went with it with your power. Though you can never be replaced. Yes, I need a time. Damn it, girl, you changed. You're the only type, but no matter what, no, I'm better off alone. You're the devil. Just like to play, working hard. Just like to play, working hard. Low, about to give up, couldn't know more. Not the same as a photo, yeah. You're the devil, no. Photos lie, it's a mess, all the fakes